everyone, and welcome to the Who's Who in Guyana Business TV Show. I'm your host, Deborah Baird-Hutson, and today we have a packed show for you. First, we'll start off with Coach Prem. He'll be teaching you how to unlock your business's potential with our 12-week business masterclass. This business masterclass is offered by Action Coach Guyana, an ISO certified and award-winning business and executive coaching company in Guyana. Secondly, you'll hear from Coach Keon. He'll be teaching you the importance of networking, building valuable connections, and knowledge sharing with business owners alike. And finally, we bring you the IBC Insider. The International Business Conference is scheduled for October 15th to 17th at the Guyana Marriott Hotel. And the IBC Insider will give you exclusive looks at what you should look forward to at the conference, why this is the place to be, and how your businesses can grow. Okay, Dr. Ramsaroop, we can just start with you introducing yourself. You tell me a bit about the Guyana Office for Investment and your role here.
Dr. Peter Ramsaroop, I'm the Guyana's Chief Investment Officer and agency head of the Guyana Office for Investment, which falls under the Office of the President. And our role in the government of Guyana is to help promote businesses in Guyana around the world, both on the investment and the export promotion activities. We deal a lot with both local and foreign investors coming into Guyana, and deal with a lot of local small businesses in trying to get their products to the external market.
Okay, perfect. And Dr. Ramsaroop, from your perspective, can you tell me how has Guyana's industry in terms of particularly investment evolved over the past few years? What would you compare the investment climate to a few years ago to now?
Well, absolutely. In the investment climate around the world, you would know that Guyana is the fastest growing economy, not only in the oil industry, but also in the non-oil industry, a number that we're proud of, that Guyana grew at over 11% in the non-oil industry and over 30+% in the overall GDP growth. Our investment climate is extremely friendly to Guyanese and foreign direct investments. We offer incentives to businesses coming in manufacturing and agro-processing. The first wave of Guyana, as you know, when anyone talks about the Dutch disease, you say Guyana cannot get that because our history of growth over the decades has been significant, 4.8% in 2006, 2009 under President Jack Dio, when we were dealing with agriculture and gold mining. Now that we have oil, what we're using that money for is to modernize our known industries. So the President's vision of 2030, His Excellency Dr. Ali, is on a mission to transform Guyana by 2030 significantly across many areas. His three top areas are food security, climate security, and energy security. We know in climate security, our forest is the size of Great Britain, holds 19.5 gigatons of carbon, worth $195 billion. In food security, CARICOM as a whole, including Guyana, leading that effort, plans to reduce our import bill by 25% by 2025, which is upwards of $10 billion. So investors looking to move into agro-processing in large-scale farming, both in Guyana and in our neighboring countries of Suriname, for example, will find a very valuable return on investment because of our import bill in CARICOM as a whole. So the investment climate is extremely friendly, and I look forward to having that discussion with the conference coming up between Suriname and Guyana. I think it's a very important conference because it links two entities, two countries that are known to be friendly with each other. For example, the bauxite finds between Guyana and Suriname alone drives potentially an alumina plant. We are both working on ecotourism. So I think the connectivity between the two has so much great not potential, I don't like the word potential, but great opportunities for investors to look and see how both countries with their investment can be combined. And ultimately, we believe investors and businesses should make money. We're not here to hinder that. We want companies to come in, feel welcome, and government will do what it takes to enable a very better business-friendly environment.
Perfect. And I'm happy that you went into that. I know that you said Guyana has experienced extensive growth, particularly in the non-oil industry. When you look at Guyana's manufacturing and agriculture industry, why do you think it's important for foreign investors to pay particular attention to these industries?
The agro-processing industry and agriculture as a whole is large scale. Guyana has 60% of arable lands. We feel that, the president, for example, put 5 producers of poultry together and allow them access to thousands of hectares of land. They're now growing soybean and corn. We will be self-sufficient by 2025 in soybean and corn on poultry. We will move now to being a net exporter of soybean and corn. So the agriculture sector, food security for Guyana is extremely, extremely important.
Wonderful. And why is the International Business Conference crucial for industry leaders, whether it be manufacturing, agriculture, finance, oil and gas, and businesses interested in Guyana's growth trajectory?
Well, as I said earlier, the connectivity between Suriname and Guyana, given our location, given the fact that both countries have signed on to bridging the two nations very shortly. I think the final stages of the RFP is being finalized. That will put the two countries together in a transformative mode. We know Suriname is right behind us. Their oil finds and gas finds are significant. They're now getting there. We have led that effort over the last 4+ years in Guyana. So we have the skill sets now, we have the knowledge that I believe Suriname can utilize. And again, just joining forces is always better. And our government, our president, and the president of Suriname believes in that philosophy. They have exercised that philosophy by signing agreements between the two countries, and businesses as a whole can know that, whether you're established in Guyana, whether you're established in Suriname, know that the markets are similar. We can help twin the products better. We may not have enough peppers in Guyana, say, to blanket the Caribbean or North America, but if you combine the peppers in Suriname or the rice or whatever other agro products, we can then maybe look at what we are now calling twinning of the products. And I believe this conference will bring out the fact that we can twin ecotourism, we can twin agrotourism, we can twin the agriculture sector, we can support the oil and gas sector of Suriname. These are all real opportunities that this conference will be able to discuss. Business to business, government to government, government to business. We're ready to make sure that your investment in Guyana and I'm sure the same thing the Suriname counterparts will say, that we would like to see investors succeed in this market, and then we put together, can then contribute across CARICOM and the rest of the wider world.
Perfect. You spoke about twinning, and I would like you to share with me how important do you think it is for public and private partnerships in driving sustainable economic growth in Guyana?
Well, the economics of Guyana is significant. We are definitely in the lead. Our numbers and our commitment to the Guyanese population by the president, not only in infrastructure development, which we know has been transformative, but we're ensuring housing for people. We're ensuring the creation of wealth for Guyanese. His measurement of success, he said, in his first and second term will be the growth of Guyanese prosperity. And if you look across the board, social development, whether it's in education, whether it's providing scholarships, 40,000 scholarships to train Guyanese in master's and bachelor's degree. We're opening up the first modern training center for the oil industry in Guyana, in Port Moran, close to Suriname, that will be able to train people to work on the FPSOs, the technical aspects of the oil and gas industry. So we're looking also at the higher level skill jobs, and the government is putting a lot of money back into training, back into people's development, and ultimately the citizens of Guyana will benefit from it.
Okay, and my last, when we speak to persons, they say that sometimes they're not interested in conferences that are coming up. They feel like it doesn't meet their need. You guys have chosen to support the International Business Conference 2024. If you're to give an endorsement for this event or a call to action for business support organization, companies, maybe small, micro-sized enterprise who may feel that they're not as large scale, how would you encourage them to come to the conference? I know we're promoting a lot of business-to-business focus, a lot of networking opportunities, and even His Excellency is calling for more joint ventures in the manufacturing and agriculture sectors. So can you encourage persons to actually come to the conference, and what can they look forward? What's like the ideal opportunity for them?
Well, given that, I give an example of Guyana energy costs coming down by 50% in 2025. Businesses need to look at those opportunities. You mentioned manufacturing. Manufacturing is another big sector that we're going to focus on starting 24 plus on. I think businesses coming got to realize that it's what you get out of it. And I've seen many businesses form joint ventures at these conferences, design mutual agreements to work forward. They get a chance to display what they have to offer. And ultimately, I believe the linkage between Guyana and Suriname makes it even more critical that the international community, apart from our local businesses in Guyana and Suriname, come to an event such as this, because you now have a lot more opportunities of the term I use, of twinning the products, looking at where the markets are. And Guyana as a whole is the number one investment destination in the region and in the wider world. And we look forward to welcoming you to the conference. As government, we will work with you with their incentives that we can offer you based on manufacturing and agro-processing and other areas, hospitality. We just signed a deal with a Suriname company to build the first hotel in Berbice, large-scale hotel, 150 rooms plus, next to the stadium that His Excellency is building in Berbice, which is, just a few hours away from Suriname. So the opportunities in and around Guyana is significant, and I advise businesses, whether it's local, whether it's in Suriname, whether it's in the international world, that this conference is going to be more practical in nature. We're not looking as much, at least from our end as government, not looking to have conversations just for conversation's sake. We believe in closing deals, and if we're able to help put business to business together and government can enable a better opportunity for businesses to do better, we're there right by your side.
My name is Lisel Blankenal, and I'm the Surinamese ambassador to Guyana. One of our tasks is to help facilitate Surinamese businesses who wants to come on the market or in the market in Guyana, to help facilitate them and help them in that process.
Ambassador, tell me what drove Suriname specifically to come on board and partner with Guyana for the International Business Conference, and what excites you most about the upcoming conference?
First of all, we are all looking forward and are excited for the International Business Conference being held for the first time in Guyana from the 15th till the 17th of October this year. And what can we expect from the International Business Conference? We can expect a lot of excitement, a lot of opportunities, a lot of investment, a lot of exchanging of ideas, but most of all, a lot of networking. And I must commend the Suriname-Guyana Chamber of Commerce. I must commend the Suriname-Guyana Chamber of Commerce and the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association as the co-host, but also Going Fest and CETA for coming on board to help organize and supporting this event. First of all, as we witness and see, Guyana is transforming right before our eyes and is currently the fastest growing economy in the world. And Suriname will soon undergo the same transformation. And I think that this conference comes at a pivotal moment in the journey of, and I think that this conference comes at a pivotal moment in the journey of economic growth and development collaboration between Suriname and Guyana. As two neighboring countries with rich cultural and historical ties, our shared commitment to work together for development is more than vital at the moment. I think that through the IBC conference, the International Business Conference, key stakeholders and also decision makers will get the opportunity to network, to exchange of views, and at the end of the day, forge new partnerships.
We know that particularly in Guyana, there's a lot of work going on in the oil and gas sector, and we're happy for that. But how critical do you think this conference is for industries like manufacturing, financing, agriculture, logistics, and energy in countries both Guyana and Suriname?
Besides oil and gas, there are also other sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, logistics, energy. And actually they are all part of the chain and they belong also to the transformation. So it is critical that they are also part of the International Business Conference.
How do you see foreign investors being able to capitalize on that? What about that makes both countries stand out?
Guyana has a lot of untouched raw materials, and with the energy plans on the way for next year, where the costs should reduce at least by 50%, I think that this is a good opportunity for businesses to collaborate together, but also to expand and grow their businesses.
Yeah.
It paves the way for a more robust and interconnected economic landscape, driving sustainable development and prosperity for Guyana, Suriname, and the wider region.
Camille's Academy, Inc. We are the premier provider for private education in Guyana, and through our mission, our excellent team delivers a well-balanced curriculum that integrates technology and innovation to our educational programs to inspire children to reach their highest levels of success. Check us out at any one of our 4 locations or contact us today. Enroll now for nursery, primary, and secondary level. Camille's Academy, Inc. Be inspired to innovate.
Discover a whole new level of engine performance. Ready for the twists and turns. Ready for the road less traveled. Ready for the unexpected. Ready for the thrill. Extreme performance. Hyundai X-Tier.
It's important to know these disc styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different, but we are predictably different.
Hey, my name is Ramsaroop and I am a coach and trainer here at Action Coach Guyana. One of the persons that we work with are sales people, sales professionals, people who have been in sales for majority of their lives. They've chosen this this field, to be able to, you know, to make the best of what they have, their abilities, their ability to communicate and connect with their customers, and to be able to, you know, make a living for themselves. Now, we have the sales masterclass. The sales masterclass really is tailored for persons who have been in sales and have the experience in sales, and now have built a team. You have 2 or 3 persons that you are managing. And what you want to do is you want to transition into a person who is managing a sales team. It's no longer dependent on the individual. You know, you're good at it, you've been years in it, and you've been successful at it. But what you're transitioning into is having a team, and making sure that team now becomes, you know, they have something that they can work with, a process or a system. And that is what the Sales Masterclass is all about. The Sales Masterclass gives you a methodology, a process that you can use. Now, one of the things when we're learning and we're developing, we work with these leaders, sales leaders, management, and so forth. We work with these leaders so that they can be really good at what has been taught. Because what we're looking to do is for them to go back and to be able to train and to develop your team. Now, if you want to bring your team with you, that's fine, right? We want to be able now to be speaking the same language. So if you're bringing your team along with you, it makes your work easier as well as you go through the sales program. Now, what is the problem here? The problem that our sales professionals have is that they've done it, and it is difficult to document or to put into process, you know, or put into step by step what actually we need to do to develop really good relationships, to be able to professional relationship, to be able to have, you know, help people along that buying process. And not everyone is, you know, have that gift of the gab and you know, can wing it and just have a conversation with an individual and sell a product. We want to look at, when we're building out a team, we want to look at setting out a system and a process that people will have, you know, that they can utilize. And that is what that sales masterclass is all about. And now you have a team that is, you know, learning, and it takes time for them to be able to learn. Now, it's frustrating. We understand the frustration, especially when we're losing sales, we're investing money in marketing, and, you know, persons are not converting. So it's important now that you have a process in place that you can use to train your team, and you can use as a systematic method to be able to form really good relationships, so that you now and your team can be able to help people to buy. Because we believe that you deserve, you know, as a sales professional, someone who's done it for years, you deserve to be able to scale the opportunities, scale your business. We believe that you are, because you've put in the work, we believe that you see, we've worked with many sales professionals just like you to be able to put those systems in place. We've worked with businesses that we are presently that we are working with to be able to put those systems in place. So you systemize those processes, and we've done that for years, and with many businesses, many of our clients that we've trained and have them put those systems in place for themselves. Now, if you're a person like that and you want to have some systematic method that you can use and you can teach for your team, there is a couple of things that you can do. First of all, you're looking at this video, you'll have a link or you'll have a call to action, something that you can be able to do right now. And the simplest thing I'd want you to do right now is to call that number. There may be a number right at the bottom of the screen, 223-5583. Call that number and book your call. All right, that's the first thing. The second thing that happens is that you'll be on a call where we'll be able to find or to understand what is your unique challenge, so that we can be able to tailor-made a program, which program that you'll be best suited for. And if it's the Sales Masterclass program, then we will get you enrolled in the portal. And there's an Action Coach portal where there are 12 weeks of training. So first you'll get portal access, and you'll have access to the videos that have been taught by Brad Sugars. He is an international speaker. Yeah, he's the owner for Action Coach International, and he will be teaching you throughout the 12 weeks, right? And he'll be breaking it down step by step, starting from mindset, starting from what are the skills that's needed, the books that are needed for you to be reading through this program. He's going to be talking about the process and how you can be able to deliver really good service. He's going to be talking about a whole bunch of information about sales that you can be able now to start educating and putting that process in place. So you get access to the videos. And thirdly is you are going to be able to peers just like yourself, sales professionals just like yourself. There is an in-person session that we have scheduled throughout the year that you can be able now to bounce ideas off and to be able to learn from each other, that you can be able now to tailor-made the program or your processes to suit your team. So what are the 3 steps? First, you book a call. Secondly, you get access to the videos, which you start your learning. And thirdly, you attend the in-person sessions where there is accountability and helping you to build out the processes for yourself and for your team. Now, one of the things that I'd want you to do, if you're not able to make that call right now, is look for the newsletter. Subscribe to our newsletter and our weekly emails that you will get information about our masterclass sessions. You'll get information about the Sales Masterclass and all the other masterclass. The Sales Masterclass, the Business Masterclass, the Leadership Masterclass, and the whole host of masterclasses that we have. Because I want you to think about the success or taking this education and going through the training. What will that do for you? What is the short-term gain that you'll get? First of all, you'll get information that you can start taking action on. Secondly, you'll be empowered, or you'll have the know-how and the practical things that you'll need, that you can take action on to be able to build out your team. And when you're building out your team, you're leveraging that skill or those individuals on your team. So you multiply your efforts, right? And that is what success really will look like. You'll be able to achieve and 10x your business. But what does the road look like if you don't take action? What does that look like? Is it frustration? Is it frustration about your team? So I want you to take into consideration what are the successes that you can be able to impact, you can take action on to be able to impact your team and also yourself in our Sales Masterclass program. So book a call today and find out a little bit more about the Sales Masterclass so that you can be able to take advantage of these programs so that you can be able to take much more control of your team and your life.
Hi everyone, I am Coach Keon Smith, and it is my pleasure to take you on my journey of becoming a certified business coach with Action Coach International. During my early career, I served as the finance manager for a fairly large company here in Guyana. And I thought that is exactly where I wanted to be and what I wanted to be doing for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, that did not go down the path that I had intended. We eventually parted ways, and I found myself in a position where I left Guyana, traveled to one of the Caribbean islands in search of what we may call greener pastures. It was quite unfortunate that the island that I chose to go to at that time, they were suffering from a minor recession. Hence, jobs and everything, the entire economy contracted. And I found myself in a space just thinking, what do I want to do next with my life? As it was not working out in that space, I decided to come back to my beautiful country, and I went to a Toastmasters meeting. One of the members of our Toastmasters club was Dr. Vishnu Durga. And that first meeting, when I returned, he came to me after the meeting ended and he said, "Kia, what are you doing now?" I indicated to him that I just returned from one of the islands, and of course I'm going to be job hunting. And he said to me, "I got this franchise that is called Action Coach, and their vision is world abundance through business re-education." When I heard those words, they grappled me. Those were the words that allowed me to marry two of my passions. My passion for helping people and my passion for public speaking, as he went on to indicate that this franchise would allow us to do training and to work with business owners to help them to improve themselves and their business operations. When I started with my journey to become an action coach, it was not the glamour of a fancy office. It was not the promise of wealth. It was just the vision of helping people to grow themselves and their businesses. So I moved from a very substantial salary to working my way in understanding what the Action Coach program is all about. So in 2015, April, I joined the Action Coach firm here in Guyana just as a business development officer. And it allowed me to understand the inner workings of Action Coach, what it is all about. And I was lucky to be a part of the official launch of Action Coach Guyana at that time, which was in May 2015. I would have had the opportunity to learn about business from two aspects. One, working within one of the businesses that, of course, my senior coach would have had, which is Dr. Vishnu Durga, and he encouraged me to start a business of my own so that I can really understand what it takes to run a business. So when I'm speaking to business owners, I'm speaking from a position of knowledge. I'm speaking from a position where I would have done it myself. Those opportunities I am extremely, extremely grateful for. 3 years after, that coveted question was asked. So, Keon, what do you think about becoming a business coach? And all I could think about is the many lives that I can impact with my knowledge, many lives I can impact with the tools that we're going to receive from Action Coach International. And I would have seen during the 3 years how Dr. Vishnu would have impacted the lives of many business owners here in Guyana. And of course, I said yes. Becoming an action coach has probably, well, not has probably, becoming an action coach is one of the best decisions I've made in my lifetime. It allowed me to be exposed to so much of content, things that I didn't even know existed, that allows me now to transfer that content, those tools to business owners here in Guyana, and I've helped many of them transform themselves, transform their business and or businesses, and that impact has been passed on to not only their families but also to their team members. Becoming an action coach is extremely fulfilling for me, and I would like to encourage anyone who's listening to this video, if you're thinking about a decision or a life journey, a life path that will allow you to not only create value for yourself but also to impact the lives of hundreds and even thousands of people, then becoming an action coach is definitely one of the ways to get it done. I absolutely love being an action coach, and I think this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Hello everyone, welcome to IBC Insider, your gateway to everything that's happening at the International Business Conference 2024. Over the next few weeks, we'll be bringing you exclusive insights, in-depth interviews, and behind-the-scenes looks at what promises to be one of the most monumental business events of 2024.
Hi, my name is Andre Cummings. I'm the founder and CEO of Florid Guyana. Florid Guyana is involved in two industries, essentially, the manufacturing and the retail industry.
Welcome. Can you tell us a bit more about your decision to come on board as a sponsor for the International Business Conference 2024? Why did Florid decide to sponsor?
I've made a wise decision to come to the International Business Conference because that's the platform to be. Given the fact that Guyana is on a construction boom, everything is booming here. Businesses need to be there to get the exposure, to network, and to really grow your business and to see what is out there and to learn from other thought leaders about what's happening and how you can take the opportunities of this booming economy.
So you said that Guyana is on a trajectory, particularly in the manufacturing sector. Explain why the International Business Conference is a critical platform for businesses networking and knowledge exchange. For businesses who are interested in networking and knowledge exchange.
It's very important for specifically for manufacturing companies to be part of this expo. One of the key reasons is to network, the possibility of joint ventures, knowledge transfer, and even expanding your business with foreign investment. So it is so important, and you must find yourself there. On the manufacturing side for Florid, Florid manufactures solid hardwood flooring, exotic decking, and stuff like those. We export all over the world. A noteworthy achievement for us is gaining the certification of the Made in Guyana mark. We've patented a local species called Dorina into Demerara oak. Demerara oak has gained its ground in Guyana, and it became a very popular hardwood species. Internationally, we export throughout the Caribbean and around the world, Europe, North America, as far as Australia. So we've been doing pretty well. So from a manufacturing perspective and Florid Guyana, we've also started to do installations for our hardwood products. And that has really raised the level and the confidence in clients here, both for commercial and domestic clients. It also raised the awareness of the species for Guyana manufacturing in the wood industry specifically. So make sure you check us out at the conference. Florid will definitely have a booth there with all our products there for you to see and touch and become intimate with. I want to encourage other business owners, especially in the manufacturing sector, to find yourself there. There's a lot for everyone. There's opportunities for network, there's opportunities for joint ventures, knowledge transfer. So there's only good things can come out of this conference, and I want to encourage you to be there.
Hello everyone, I am Damian Suraj, the financial analyst on the Bankability Fund for Women Entrepreneurs, and today I will be talking to you about whether or not you should be in business or you should get a job.
Perfect. So Damian, last episode, we talked about the challenges of starting a business without the right preparation. What are some of the most critical every entrepreneur should have?
Alright, so I believe that some critical skills that any entrepreneur should have, it's to have a strategic mindset, create strategic plans. When you start business, think about exactly what you want to achieve and map out a plan as to how you're going to achieve it. Second off, I would like to touch about financial management. Now, you don't have to be an accountant or someone well-versed with numbers to, appreciate what really your numbers represent. You can even hire an accountant to do such for you. Of course, you will have to work out which is best for your business based on your current finances. So I just want to touch a bit more into financial management for your businesses. And what are financial statements? Financial statements are the backbone of your company. It shows you if you're making a profit or a loss, and that is your statement of profit or loss. And I typically view that as your main financial statement. It tells you your revenue as well as your expenses, and then it tells you your profitability. Now, your profitability is very key. This determines if you or you should get a job, because if you're not making a profit or you're making a profit which is less compared to what you would have been earning if you had a job, then it would be best to just earn through having a job. Right. Next, I would like to touch on the balance sheet, which is my second favorite financial statement. And this tells you what you owe as well as what you own. What you own are your assets, which comprises of cash, and what you owe are your liabilities. So it's very critical to manage your assets and liabilities to ensure that you're growing your assets and at the same time trying to minimize your liabilities as much as possible. And talking about growing your assets and managing your assets effectively, we have the statement of cash flow, which is very, very critical, and this will determine if you're able to pay your employees, pay your bills on time, and have that excess cash or working capital should you utilize it for any other area of your business. So managing your cash flows effectively is very critical, and I believe that this is something that can either make or break your business.
Perfect, Damien. And I love the critical skills that you mentioned, and very much that they're important. However, for those who might not have these skills as yet, what are some practical steps that they can take to acquire them before launching their business?
All right, some practical skills which one may take to acquire these skills. It may be simple research, typing in to Google, for example, what are some financial statements, how do you even prepare them? Now, apart from if you can't afford going to an accountant to have these prepared for you, you can simply do up your revenue projections, your expense projections, and try to have this done as accurately as possible so you're not going to be lying to yourself about whether or not you will be making a profit or a loss. Right? The market is constantly evolving, which means that your competitors are constantly improving. They're looking at ways in which they can use technology to produce at a much faster rate. And not only at a much faster rate, but producing in bulk will also ensure that they have reduced costs. Now, this may be as a result of economies of scale, which would result in them having that competitive advantage. Now, what you need to do when you start your business, start identifying ways in which you can make these processes much easier, and you can implement technologies used in different parts of the world to have your product being produced at a cost that is low when compared to your customers, which will ensure that you remain relevant and you have a very competitive product on the market. When thinking about whether to start a business or not, think practical. Think about what you'll actually make versus what you'll actually spend. Do not go into a business where your expenses will outweigh your revenues. Seek clarity. There are financial advisors, that can assess the feasibility for a project or a business. Do as much research as possible to ensure that your business is one that is feasible for you and will generate the returns which you expect.